I originally wrote this review on January 4th in 2015, but Need for Speed Most Wanted came out in October 2012, and it was released for PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PS Vita, and PC. As such, this review will also be listed within my Video Game Rewind series. All statements made in this review reflect my thoughts on the game and the state of the industry at that time. Coming off the heels of the widely loved Need for Speed Hot Pursuit from 2010, Need for Speed Most Wanted follows the same formula with a non-existent story. No, really, I mean it. There is no story here at all. You may be wondering as much as I was how a game named after perhaps the best Need for Speed game of all time would not include a ridiculous and dramatized story like the original Most Wanted was known for. Perhaps the answer lies with the fact that Criterion is the developer of this game, as opposed to the beloved Need for Speed developer, Black Box. Criterion is well known for their award-winning Burnout series, and as such, it isn't that much of a stretch to assume that they would do things differently and more in the vein of Burnout. While it might be easy to just pass this off as Burnout Paradise 2.0, that would be doing it a great disservice. While it is apparent the developer borrowed a lot of the concepts from the Burnout series, this is definitely its own game and an excellent addition to the Need for Speed franchise. So, what has changed with this Need for Speed? Well, gone is the robust customization options that were available in many of the previous Need for Speed games. This is a real shame and a huge mistake on the developer's part, in my opinion. Having that extra level of customization, as opposed to the dumbed-down easy drive, would have made this game a masterpiece. It's even in the name of the feature that they dramatically stripped it down to its spare parts. Easy Drive allows you to swap to any of the cars you acquired through what I can only describe as the car enthusiast's dream of the perfect scavenger hunt. There are also 5 types of modifications that can be made to your vehicle on the fly, provided you have your car under enough control to press the buttons without veering into oncoming traffic. These modifications are tires, nitrous, chassis, transmission, and body. Each of these also has a far superior pro version that is usually obtained by completing an amazing feat, such as drifting a certain amount of miles. Easy Drive also functions as your GPS locator and fast travel system. If you've ever driven to the starting line of an event, you can at any time now warp to that location. If you have not already found a race, you will see just how many miles away it is, and you can simply start your GPS to initiate guided directions. The system works really well, and it is a breeze to get around the city of Fairhaven. Speaking of the city, it is as gorgeous and diverse as the many cars in this game. You have your downtown, and it will probably remind you of any of the big cities that you have personally driven through, whether that be Miami, San Diego, Chicago, or even Toronto. There is something for everyone in Fairhaven. Once you head out onto one of the many highways scattered across the city, you can explore the shipyards, caves, country railroad tracks, coastal views, canyons, and everything else that the city of Fairhaven has to offer you. You'll probably feel like you can drive forever. The city is huge, much larger than the original Most Wanted, but the overall goal of the game, which is to defeat all the top 10 Most Wanted racers, is very short and leaves much to be desired. Each Most Wanted racer has 5 events you must win in order to challenge them, and these are almost all extremely entertaining. The ones that I love the most, and believe deserve the most mention, are police chases, where the game drops you in a high-speed chase, and you have to lose the cops within a very short amount of time. These are frantic chases that usually involve the full police force on your tail, and once you lose them, don't celebrate just yet, as they may be hiding around the corner. You don't win until you have lost them, and your heat level is gone. Driving through a gas station will insta-fix your car, and you're going to need it. Here's a hint for those police chases. Once you've actually lost the police, driving through any of the gas stations will not only fix your car, but also drop your heat by an entire level. The visuals in this game just completely blew me away. I don't think I've ever seen better visuals in a racer before. They completely nailed the lighting and atmosphere. When it starts to pour down rain, you truly feel like you're in a real storm. The road becomes wet and harder to drive on. The sun shines and reflects realistically off the water, and at times, this game is absolutely mesmerizing. I had the pleasure of playing this on a pretty beefy computer, and I was able to turn on all the bells and whistles. But even at the lowest settings, this game is pretty. It definitely needs that graphical treatment though, to really shine like the diamond it is. The city is beautifully detailed, as is every street and highway in the game. When it comes to visuals, Need for Speed Most Wanted blows the doors off almost all the competition out there. Perhaps the most anticipated and greatest thing about this game is the police chases in general. These chases can consist of anything from one police car chasing you for just spinning your tires too long, to 20+ police cars, Corvettes, and powerful SUVs, all using roadblocks and spike strips, looking for every opportunity to ruin your day. This aspect of the single player was prevalent in the first game, and while I think it is far easier in this game, it is also in many ways a lot more fun. You can jump off ramps 100 feet high, then hide in an abandoned train car and shut off your engine. Then watch as the police frantically drive around looking for you. That is an incredible feeling, and not one that goes away too soon. After an hour-long pursuit, to finally escape and get your hard-earned speed points is so refreshing. Then you just jump in a new car, ram the first cop car you see, and do it all over again. Ah, the thrills of a hit and run. This game has tremendous replay value with the single player alone, but much like Burnout, the multiplayer is where you get the most out of the game. Personally, while I did enjoy it, the online portion of this game is where I find the most glaring flaws. There is a free roam option that allows you to explore the city with your friends at your leisure, but I must say is the most disappointing problem with this game. They totally blew it with the execution. 2 words: no cops. What is the point of making a game called Most Wanted and not including the incredible police chases within the various online modes? That really would have set the bar higher for Criterion, and I have no idea why they missed out so much by not including it. Did they run out of time? Whatever the reason, without it, multiplayer feels like a wasted opportunity. There isn't even a cops versus robbers mode, nothing like that. What you get is some clever challenges that consist of races, obstacle courses, follow the leader, etc. These are all well and good, but I grew tired of them quickly. It isn't perfect, but it's still an excellent racing game and a wonderful showcase of the graphical technology that is sure to come. If I had to compare this to the original Most Wanted, it would probably score much lower. The above review is looking at this as an entirely new game. Some positives include incredible visuals and atmosphere, a large living city to explore, the ultimate dream scavenger hunt, and the cars handled absolutely wonderfully. Some negatives, of course, are that there aren't any police in the online modes, there is no story whatsoever, and the dumbed down customization leaves a lot to be desired. An excellent racer and a wonderful visual showcase, Need for Speed Most Wanted gets an 8.9 out of 10.